neighbors become your brothers. They got your six when it's back again.
What's up, everybody? It's Brian Basham with the Forgiven Soldier podcast. I got Grant, the bearded vet, and my boy Jason Silloway from last week. So last week was fun, a lot of fun. So we're gonna kind of rein those episodes back in. But if you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, whichever way. Comment, say your name, say that you're live. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
Can y'all hear me?
Right, man.
All right,
Yeah, I
good.
can hear
Hey,
you.
comms are good. Comms are good. So we got also TikTok. If you follow the bearded vet, if you don't follow the bearded vet, go follow him right now.
Appreciate
And
that.
hilarious. His laughter is very contagious. Um, and the videos are funny as heck. And
Yeah.
he just got a pool in his truck bed, so that's pretty cool.
It's not in there yet. I got.
It's not in there. It will be in there, so we'll get video. But he's going live on the old Tic Tac as well. So yeah. So welcome everybody from Tic Tac, the bearded vet. I think I'm gonna start calling it Tic Tac.
Go for it. They might not like it, but I mean, it's only
Who? TikTok
freedom
won't
of
like
speech.
it?
Yeah, freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's that number one right there.
Mm.
So yeah, so today we're going to talk about man, just being a veteran and what that means. This is live, bro. Welcome, Billy. Pop it up right there so everybody can see it there.
What's up, Billy?
Billy Robson, he's a old friend of mine. He's a photographer, BTK, not like the killer, but he makes killer photography. So it makes sense. He's going to be on the show next week, and it's going to be one hell of a show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with him, but we'll wait until next week on that one. So yeah, so today we're going to talk about what's it like being a veteran, and I guess the process in it. And I say the process because once you get out of the military, you're kind of lost. You don't know what you're going to do because when you were serving, everything was pretty much done for you. You know, you had your food, you had your clothes, you had your boys. You knew what you were doing that weekend. So everything was kind of planned. So when you got out of the military, now this is just me talking. I had no clue what I was going to do. So I think I didn't really take on the veteran role per se. Like when I first got out, it took me some years to say, okay, yeah, I'm a veteran and actually start talking about what I did while I was serving. So, what are y'all's thoughts on it? Like the whole getting out of the military and transitioning into a veteran instead of a soldier.
You can go ahead first if you got something.
Man, so I joined I was almost 25 when I joined. So I joined late. So I'd already, worked and blah 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 and getting out. I don't know. I mean, it was like I got to go back to work.
Right.
I think the biggest process was getting going through the VA, which like I'm still dealing with the VA to this day, man. And I filed my first claim in like 2006. So other than that, it was okay for me. I know a lot of younger kids, like it's all they know.
So when was like when you first got out, did you instantly say, okay, yeah, I'm a veteran? Or did it that kind of like take some time to sink in a little bit and actually understand what that meant? Or do you
And
still
I
not know
really
what it
didn't,
means?
I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that I don't have the swag going around, blah blah blah. I just kind of lay low, and
Yeah.
you go to the veterans hospital, and all the old school cats, they have like all their hats with pins and all that. And I don't know. I've just kind of never been like that, but I guess it was probably a few years later, thinking about it and like, oh, you're a veteran, So I guess it was kind of weird like that, you know. Now I think about it way more, you know.
Yeah. Grant, what about you, man?
I think it's different for me. I don't. People are like, "You're a veteran." I'm like, "Yeah, I was in the army." Right.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about, the older guys, the classic guys. As I like to call them the classic guys. Like they're like fine old American muscle. You know what I mean? Like them old classic cars. They walk around. They got their hats. And it's for when I look at them, I feel like sometimes for some of them guys, it's all they ever had, and it's all they ever still had until this day. So they carry it with them because a lot of what they loved was during that time, and a lot of who they loved was during that time that may no longer be around. So they're through and through. Like it's a whole different term when I think of veteran back then, and I think of it now. Um,
Yeah.
we've seen some shit, but we haven't seen shit.
I have to agree for sure.
Yeah, we ain't seen anything like they saw. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it was, I mean, just watching, the documentaries and Forrest Gump. They're that's where I get my intel from is movies.
Eh,
But anyway, I mean, there's just it wasn't like that. I mean, now there's some people out there that has seen some stuff, and they were in the same situation or same areas that we're at.
Right.
They're just in the deeper cut of it, um, and they probably have a different answer to that. But at what age do you think we can start wearing the hats that say like Iraqi veteran?
I don't know. I've seen some guys wearing their hats, man, but at the same time, I don't ever look at it. I think like our veterans these days look at it totally different. We don't want any kind of recognition.
Yeah, and we don't know, but we
I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't need somebody to come up to thank me. I don't want somebody to come up to thank me. If they do because they find out, cool. I'm not going to
yeah,
openly tell somebody if they don't ask or if they don't already suspect. Not that I'm not ashamed of it. It's just I just don't like talking about it really.
just don't push it. Yeah, which and I just started to recently, just because I started going to the VFW and I wanted to be more connected with the community. Plus, my job, it really had a lot to do with it because I help disabled veterans. So,
Right.
it's in my face every day. I got this little bug flying. It's in my face every day. So I was like, man, there's got to be an easier way to find veterans, like especially my age and people who are going to work or want to work. And that's where it kind of kick started for me. Is like, okay, there's a need for people
Like
to
you.
help. Yeah, yeah, my age, my era, my the situations that we went through. Like there's people out there who is they don't really know where to go, because you got the Vietnam vets and you got the older guys that the guys who sit around and talk about the war stories and whatever, but they're not there to help. I don't know. It's weird because there's a lot of mental awareness that goes along with our people our age, and I don't think the Vietnam vets are
They don't
are
care.
are
That's another thing to them.
yeah, for sure. I mean, they have it too. So I mean, they need help just like anybody else. But um, I don't know. It's weird, man. It took me a while to get connected to saying I'm a veteran, especially being in California because California was a different thing. What's up, Phillips? Um, California was a different monster. I mean, they didn't really celebrate them as they do in the South and stuff like that. So I didn't really go around talking about it too
I
much.
I think it's pretty cool though when you meet somebody because I play cornhole all the time and I play virtual cornhole. I just got in this league not too long ago and like I was playing this dude and we just we were playing and talking and he was a vet, was in Iraq same time. So once you start talking and somebody that's been there and experienced that stuff, how I feel in our era, man, I mean, we just we became brothers, and you just talk different. And because you've lived that and been through and I think that's good because on the mental side of it, like a lot of us are just like leave us alone and but there's a lot of issues, that
That's me.
comes along.
I don't like to be
you know.
bothered.
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm when you meet somebody else and you can just automatically be like, oh yeah, you were here, and you start spitting stuff back and forth, and I think that's good because on a daily basis, you don't talk to those people, you don't talk about this stuff, you only talk about that with certain people, So I think that's kind of how I deal with it, But
Right.
Yeah, sorry, pops. I didn't mean to call you old, but you weren't Vietnam, so you're kind of in our era. So my dad was in Desert Storm. So, um, yeah, I mean, once you, and that's what changed for me is just getting connected with other like-minded veterans, right? That had going through the same stuff and needed the same thing. I mean, I say it all the time. That's the reason I started a podcast and started to be vocal about it, is because I needed to get it off my chest, and I didn't want to hold anything inside. I mean, there's still some stuff I keep, when I get with Silhouette and my boys and stuff, and we'll chat about that. But but anything that's really affecting mentally how I'm feeling throughout the day, like I need to get it out, and that's the whole reason for this podcast, and to meet new people like Grant. I met you, and we kind of kicked off this thing and this podcast, and just talking, just being open and relating to people, because there's a lot of people like us who don't release, if that makes sense. They just keep it in, and that's why they have a campaign for it right now called 22, right?
Much higher
So
than that. Much higher than that.
much higher, yeah. But I mean, that's kind of how it made it.
Started.
That's where it all started, and like I'm a small part in the world, but if I can, if what we do can lower it down just one number, instead of 22, maybe 21 or whatever, you know what I mean?
Anything
Then,
less.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, then
Mhm.
you could say you made a difference. And
Mhm.
I mean, that's where I'm at. So Philip says it's a lot easier to talk to those that understand, but it even better when it's talking with those that went through it with you. I agree.
I don't even like to talk to people about it though. That's the thing, because it just
Yeah.
pisses me off. In the end, it pisses me off in the end.
Yeah. See, bro, and man, that's where I'm so blunt. Like
I'm very blunt. People can't handle me, dude. I'm telling you.
that's what I'm saying, man. I'm
Jason, meet Grant. Grant, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm like no holds barred. I really don't care because I mean, until people hear the truth, or like a lot of people just simple truths, and we're gonna put
Very
it out
direct.
there. I mean, might as well not sugarcoat it, man. Like,
Right. Be direct. I need
Yeah.
the simplest path. I need to get there. Is like I'm not gonna beat around the bush with you, man. I got no time for this.
no,
Like,
me
Yeah.
either, dude.
yeah, people
And
can't
I
handle
think,
it.
I mean, I'm not, I'm blunt, but I'm not, you know what I mean? I try to slide in real easy. And maybe that's just the salesperson
That's
in
what
me.
she said.
I
And
know
that
she
laughter
did.
is just the
She did.
fucking man in all of us.
Yeah, it's just childish. It is what it is. I even giggle when I said it. And I think it's just the sales part of me. You know what I mean? Like, break the bad news like pretty easy, and and I sugarcoat it a little bit. And maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be blunt. But I've never been.
Hey, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been blunt. Like,
You're a
you know
nice
what
guy.
I'm
I'm a dick. I'm a dick.
saying? Somebody says, "Hey, you like this hat?" You know I do, but so. But
I don't think it's being a dick either. I think just people just aren't used to hearing that.
yeah, I
They're
mean,
just
but
not-
once they
and
know,
then they perceive it as, oh, this guy's an asshole. But
Yeah.
you're probably one of the nicest guys ever, and they're like, oh, this guy's a cocksucker or something, and like, I don't know.
Wow.
It was
Can-
Yeah, you can say
a
that.
few years ago.
Can I? Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man. See, this is where
see, Cash said it's cool. Cash said it's cool.
I'm I don't like censorship. So.
Right. He's very blunt.
He's very blunt. He told you. He warned you before
Said
he
from
let
the
out.
jump, man. From the jump.
Before he let it out. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say something, but
My bad.
no, it's all good. But once they find out, um, then snickering about Huglet, yeah. Once they find out how you are and that you are blunt and that you're gonna tell them real, like they might be upset for a little bit, right? Maybe the first
Yeah.
time that you talk to them, but
Or a lot of
then
it. Or a lot of
yeah,
it.
a lot of it. But then when they know, like, I really need an answer, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Silhouette because he's gonna be straight up with me. You
Yeah.
know, and it might
Yeah.
piss me off, but that's what I need. I need that affirmation. I need that truth, and that somebody's like, you know what, it's you're gonna be all right, bud. You know, instead of Silhouette saying, no, you're gonna, you know,
At lea-
you're in a bad way, bro.
yeah, at least they know what they're gonna get, man. You know,
Man, you're in a bad spot. I know. I'm telling you about it.
I know. I
Yeah.
came to you, man.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, man. Well, you know,
Uh,
tough. Shit.
But no, I mean that's and I think, I mean, just to to go back on the veteran side, like I grew up with my dad being a soldier, lifetime soldier, and then I also got to grow up with him being a veteran too. So I knew what it looked like. Like he was in the AMVETS, he was a big part of the AMVETS, and I grew up in the AMVETS. So my whole life, and I'm not trying to get soft, my whole life I just wanted to do what my dad did, right? I see it, I want to do
Uh-oh.
it. I know. He's on here, so that's
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
um but and then there comes an age, or, you know, a time or whatever, it's like, you know what, I want to kind of do my own thing. Like I want to put my little spin on it or whatever. And I was just talking to him a couple months ago when I started doing this like nonprofit stuff and all this stuff with VFW and AMVETS and all that. I'm like, you know, it's kind of full circle. Like my whole life I wanted to grow up to be just like you, and then I didn't, and then I turned out just like you. Like
Mhm.
when it comes to like the veteran side of everything, like just being there and helping veterans and all that stuff. And
Wasn't your dad a sergeant major?
yeah, yeah,
Was he a sergeant major? That's
yeah,
what I
he's
thought. From
yeah,
what
he
I
got out
remember,
a
man.
master sergeant. Yeah, yeah, he was on the podcast.
Oh, he's a
Some
first sergeant.
well, he was a first sergeant one time, and then I think he got out as an E8. Hell, he's on here. Ask him. I think he was an E8 though.
Now you with the rank.
You with the ribbon
You with the-
count.
You with the rank.
Mr.
Let's hear it.
Howard Basher.
Spill it.
They call him Duck. Thanks to me, I called the Howard the Duck back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So that was big when I was growing up. And then somebody called him Howard, and I said that, you know, called him the Duck, and then he whooped my ass for it.
Yeah.
And then now he has plaques with it on it. So
Man,
goes to show you.
can't take that whipping back.
Yeah. So what so we'll get back, like getting out of the military. Like what was some of the struggles? I think Jason, you already answered. Grant, what was some of the struggles that when you first got out? And how long was you in? How long was you in?
I was in just about 5 years.
5 years.
I was medically discharged. It wasn't up until last summer where they gave me my ratings, my adjusted ratings. But getting out, man, there was no preparation, and I just kind of, I have to say it again. I don't know if I said it last time, but I explain it this way to folks. You're civilian listening. I mean, I have kids, so I'm gonna go to a kids movie. So Toy Story 4, 3, whichever one it was, where they went to that daycare thing and Buzz Lightyear got twisted around, and they popped him open. They hit a switch from play to demo. That's what it's like going in as a civilian into the service. You go from play to demo. Now the tricky part is, now upon exiting the service, they don't turn you around, open up your back, so to speak, and then flip you from demo back to play, or even somewhere in between that. So you're not rewired back for civilian lifestyle. You're still hardwired for military play, and you are now left to your own devices to figure out how to become what you once were, and to blend in and not feel as if you don't belong. But they don't do a very good job at preparing you for that. In my experience, in my opinion, and from what
No, I
I've
agree.
seen from those around me.
Yeah.
And then the VA, along with that, does not assist once you've gotten out to your expectations, nor to what they've said to you upon, before getting out or prior to getting out. So I have very little faith in the VA system. I don't use them. and I've said this before, it's been very difficult to even get by, and um, without trying, a lot of trying, the first 5 to 6 years of me being out was very, very tough on me and my family because they weren't the VA refused to uphold their end of the bargain, um, so to speak. So it's been very difficult to go back and play in civilian. You have to figure out what you were good at, what you're now good at, and what you can be good at in order to provide for your family. And and that's how my brain worked. And then I looked at everybody around me and I was like, man, I was in for 5 years, and everybody's 5 years ahead of me. Because, like you said, Brian, you know, you were told where to go, what to wear, what to do, how long you were
Mhm.
going to do it for, what you were eating, when you were eating, what time you could go home, all that. Everything was planned for you, right? But when you get out, you're like I said, you're to your own devices, and you got to rewire yourself. And you have now built a family. If you've gone in familyless, um, and they're all in for a new, you know, a rude surprise, and everybody's in for a rude awakening because that mental block is there. You don't know how to break through it unless there's an aid. And people are like, oh, the aids are there, the aids are there, the VA's there, this is this, and this group this, and that's the group is this, and they do this, and call this guy, and hey, I know this dude, let me hook you up with him. That's all smoke, because unless somebody's actually taking you there, like I had one guy do for me a year and a half ago. He said, fuck the VA, we're going to the DAV. And it wasn't until the DAV became a part of my life to where my life started to kind of turn around. Because the DAV are people just like you, me, and Brian, or me, Brian, and yourself, and they don't know how to do it. They didn't know how to do it in the beginning, but they were told the right way, in the most direct way, and then that's when all my life kind of got started to get better. And I'm still working on it. Believe me, I'm not in the clear. I'm not sitting on these clouds, and you know, hey, take this advice, take this advice. Give me the advice. Give me the advice.
Yeah, and that's and
Sorry,
that's
that was a lot.
no, it's good. And that was a good point. I mean, there's a lot. There's other avenues in the VA out there, right, to help you, and more or less, it's more like because I was referred by the VA to another clinic that helps veterans. And I talked to somebody there, like a therapist, and he wasn't military, but I mean, he's the one that kind of got me through when I first got anxiety because I had no clue what it was and all
Right.
the stuff. He's the one that helped me through it.
When you
And
first became aware you had anxiety.
yeah. I mean, when it hit me right in the face, like I had no. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, and my mind was going everywhere.
Right.
But he's the one that because I told him I didn't want any medicine. I didn't want a pill. I want to do it natural if I can, you know. And he helped me. I mean, he taught me and we talked about it before. He taught me everything that I needed. He loaded well, I ain't gonna say that. He gave me the tools to get myself better.
What?
I almost said he loaded the gun, but that's not true because I never got there. But
I thought you were gonna say you loaded a bowl.
no, we can say that. That would have
That's
been a lot
after the
better.
show. That's after the show. That's after the show.
But yeah, so sometimes it comes in different areas. And I'm not doing this to plug anything, but and that's kind of what
Don't lie.
the nonprofit right here. Look at that.
I'm just kidding.
We got a little thing. But that's kind of what I wanted the nonprofit to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like to be there. Yes, the VA, people can use them. Yes, you can go to the VFW and do all that stuff. But there's other organizations out there that will help you get to where you want to get
Yeah.
to, right?
The
And-
DAV man has helped. Like,
yeah.
bro, I got this guy here,
I hope everybody has a guy at the DAV.
Everybody's
I have a
got
guy.
dude. I've been to the DAV like in Oklahoma, and this dude calls me, man.
Yeah,
knew-
dude.
He calls me. He knew my shit when like he called me and he's like, okay, they did this, okay, blah blah blah. You need to do this and
Yeah,
dude,
man.
he's on it like all the time, man, all the time.
I love dudes.
He's
like that.
badass, man. He is badass.
Yeah. We I have a guy here now His name is Lou. His name is Lou. He knows everything about everything.
Oh,
So
Lou.
if I have he's an old Marine man, and if I have a question or whatever, I mean he knows everything, and that's all he does. He just learns about everything.
Mhm.
I feel it seems better for the guys I see getting out recently, but I was not prepared at all first time, so I think that experience is what got the anxiety going. Oh, for
Now,
sure.
well, what he said, the VA's a little bit different these days. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, it seems.
Oh, no, Tommy said.
No, James Phillips. Yeah, he said it's
Uh,
getting a little bit better than
I
it
think it's getting a
was.
little bit better because we're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
well, you know, it's just like
the wheel gets the grease.
when we got back from Iraq in '04.
Oh yeah,
They were just like
Nothing.
fucking went back to same old shit, like nothing, man. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man,
it was literally like 3 days. 3 days, and we went into a room. We talked to people, and they're like, "How are you feeling?" And I
Like
think
debriefing shit.
yeah, it's like I'm feeling
Yeah.
good at the moment. You know, I'm back home, and I got grass. I walk in it with my bare feet, and I'm eating ice cubes. Like it's all good right now. You know what I'm saying? But it
Hippie
takes
ass.
yeah, it takes a little. It takes that's one of the first things one of the first things I did
Eating
was
ice cube and walking.
eating
in the
ice
grass
cube and
with
walking in
bare
grass.
feet. I love it.
And
I'm
that-
gonna
I
do that
just
tomorrow.
I just put water bottles in the sock and drove around to cool them
drove
down.
around on the mirror.
Yeah, people are like,
Oh,
"What the
man.
fuck is this guy doing?"
Hey, have you done that? Have you done that recently?
Mm-mm.
I've been
No,
telling
man.
I've been telling my kids about it, and they're like, "No way, no way."
Do
I'm
it.
like,
Dude, that was a hack of all hacks, bro.
bro, I don't know. I don't
Oh
even
my
know
gosh, man.
who told us that. It
I
might have
don't
been
know either.
Sheehan or somebody like that that's been over to
Yeah.
Desert Storm. But once he said, you put the water bottle in the sock and get it wet and hang it to your mirror, like what? Ice cold. I'm like game changer.
Yeah. Instead of
Yeah.
drinking boiling water.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Start
When
my
were
trans-
you over there?
Grant?
Yeah.
2011, 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I laid anything for you, Tommy, but we're here. I mean, we've been through it.
Choice of words, man. You can get better choice of words.
Everything has a purpose, Grant. Okay.
Yes, it does. It sure
Yeah.
does. Every tool.
But yeah, and that's what it is. It's like, going through it and knowing the step, like again, like when I got up, had no clue what I was gonna do. So I just went into car sales, right? Easy money.
Mm.
It was the fastest thing to get at the time. But within that, I kind of found my niche, right? I'm a people person, I love to talk. So from that it kind of morphed into what I'm doing now. So
That's
I mean it worked out. It was tough. It was tough because like Cat Williams, or somebody was saying like I kept trying shit, didn't work. So I just kept on keeping on. I guess
What?
I'm full of puns today.
What's Billy? What?
What are you looking at?
See,
What he
I did
said.
a lot of things trying to. When we
Oh,
got
yeah.
out of the service, I had to try to figure out a lot of things before I got to like what I've kind of settled in now. I mean, unfortunately and fortunately, I'm medically retired from the service now because of the adjustments that came through. But there was a whole year and a half of because I was actually terminated from my previous employer. I was a diesel mechanic for a Kubota dealership, and they terminated me because of my service connected disability, which was my PTSD and my anxiety. That was the reason behind letting me go. And for that whole year after that happening, it was probably one of the darkest times of my whole friggin' life. Aside from like my dad dying the year prior and stuff like that, but with all that happening, just like one right after the next, it's like, okay, well, where am I going now? I know something good comes from at the end of this, and that wasn't until then where I was able to go to the DAV. But like, I was like, I can't work because they've pretty much decimated my resume by what they've terminated me for. So I've been sitting stagnant until TikTok was just like my therapy when there was no VA. and get back to the VA not kind of being there. Like there was no VA there. I had no therapy. There was no counseling. My wife hadn't yet gotten insured through her job, so I was still just kind of chilling and going live and talking to folks when I had my good days and bad days, and it was ugly, man. But I think now I've kind of jumped into the doing the radio thing on TikTok once every two or twice every week,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of sticking with my therapeutic mornings where, Brian came in. That's where I met him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more.
Man, it
than
was
that
weird.
for
It
me.
was weird how I found you because I don't have a beard. I'm not scoping out dudes with beards. And he
Oh,
came
man.
across. I'm like the bearded vet. Let's see what he's about. I
All
really
right,
am, bro.
Basham.
I really
Okay.
am. I wish I had a beard. That's true talk. That's real.
Tell the truth Sunday.
But then I found him and it was a radio show and I was like, man, and my buddy had just released a song called Graves and I was like, oh, I'm gonna help him out and put it out there and then
It's on the playlist too.
it's
Man.
on the
Still on there.
playlist and but
Doing some
I
roads.
just connected with him and stuff. Hey, let's get to Billy. He's got a question.
What's
So I'd
up?
like to know how to make it without meds.
I don't.
He said, I thought I could live without it being off for a month. I'm not well. Darkest days I've ever walked through. So it's not for everybody. And there's,
There's ways.
bro, I just went in and said I wanted to do it with,
I think it's different for everybody.
yeah, it is. Like I wanted to do it with,
Something that works for me may not work for you.
yeah.
You know.
I wanted to do it without meds, but there are times that I needed meds. I mean, it got to the point where like I can't shake this by myself.
Right.
And everything that I had been taught and going through, I'm trying to go through it and it ain't helping. So, I mean, they had to give me some pills because that's the only way I could calm down because your mind is a powerful thing and we'll never get a handle on it. But if you could trick it every now and then and have some good days, that's how I do it.
That's what I don't like. I don't like the idea of having to trick myself.
Yeah.
I think to myself, I was different once before. And I know I can be that person again mentally. And I know I don't need medication to get me there either. So when I told them I didn't want medication, that's when I feel like they dropped off because the VA helped me for a good minute until I told them I didn't want to take medication when I went to my therapist, and then they dropped me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't use a prescribed medication. I use a natural medication.
And you know what? I went through acupuncture, and
I didn't mean to cut you off. You can go ahead, buddy. My bad.
oh, Jay,
Yeah, he was gonna say something. I think
Jay, what you got?
it's about the medication shit,
Uh,
or was it?
You were saying some stuff don't work for
I mean,
some people.
meds, man. I've been on. The VA is the biggest pill pusher ever. That they send you a thousand pills, man, of everything. But man, I don't know. I still struggle, and man, I've been through some shit, man. I've been arrested. I've had
It's wicked too.
alcohol's
man.
been bad, bro. It's still like a mind f if you want to. It's an everyday battle, man. It's still a everyday battle for me, man. Like to keep myself like sane and like I don't know if Brian even knows my whole situation, but man, this has been the hardest year of my life, man. And it's a lot of effed up stuff, man. And it just kind of now I just don't. But people like that's why I can't work either, man. I just don't want to deal with these people.
Right.
It's
people,
hard to because you just want to be like say what you want, but you can't, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you
can't do that in
like,
civilian.
dude.
You can't.
Yeah,
say
you have
what
to be
want
sensitive
in
to the
civilian world.
man.
no.
So many people are so sensitive these days to every little thing. You can't use profanity without offending someone.
Yeah.
Like I use profanity because it helps me express how passionate I am about something. Like if somebody's just like, "How happy are you?" I'm fucking happy. Like,
Yeah.
that's as happy as I can be. I am
Yeah.
so fucking happy. I'm as happy as I can be. It's like, what does that mean? You imagined as happy as you could ever be, and then throw that in front of it, and then like it's infinity. I don't want to say infinity because it means nothing to me. So fuck that. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just words too. You know, people put
Exactly.
like, who cares? You know, that's why I could start mother effing and this and that. You know,
Yeah.
But you
But-
made a good point last week.
it's just
like,
words.
and in your mind, you can shut it off real quick. And you were saying this, like when you're around the veterans, you cuss like a sailor. Shout out to Phillips out there.
It's just a
coming to tell
natural
you.
way of talking to him, man.
But yeah, but when the kids come into play, you cut it off. You know what? I mean, your bot, like, okay, I can't say this and this and this, and your mind just transmits it. And now you're saying darn and shoot and shucks and all this stuff when there's kids. You know what I'm saying? So
Sound like
there's
that, man.
there is a time and place that you can shut it off
Yeah.
and still get but you're not. You got to be your real you. You got to be you.
You have
And
to be unapologetically
Mm.
yourself.
I've heard that before.
I know a guy who said
Two
that.
bees in
I
a
know.
bucket. Fuck it.
Watch out.
No, but to get back to Billy, man, it's just when I say no meds, I mean I'm still trying. Like I still struggle. I mean,
it's like
almost
dude.
almost every day, and I kind of have to, I'm God is a big part of my life, and I talk to Him and pray to Him, and I mean, it's every day. It's an everyday thing. I mean, there's stuff that happens throughout the day. I mean, there was times a couple weeks ago I had to come home and just lay on the couch, just be around my family because I had enough. I had enough with the world for a couple of days. So I needed to take a mental break. And you get like that sometimes,
I
but
think I'm kind of opposite. I think it's not that I have enough of the world because I'm an extreme introvert. But if you're on my TikTok, you would not think I'm an introvert. I very much so am. If that makes any sense to you. I didn't know if I put too many words in there. But I don't. I need a break from me. If that makes sense. I need
Yeah.
a break from me.
Yeah, no,
because
No, it
dude, that
does,
makes
yeah.
100%.
I get
Yeah, it makes-
exhausted trying to fight myself to be normal while not using meds and trying to be aware of what's setting me off. If I'm being set off, or I woke up in a fucking terror. Why? I got to figure that out. Because if I don't figure that out, then my family's going to pay for that. And then I'm going to be mad because my family paid for that. And then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to sit for a few minutes and just like, I got to take a break. Like, I got to escape from myself because if I don't, everyone's going to pay for it. And everyone else, the only people that I'm around the most is my family. And I'm not about to destroy the only thing that I have good, in my life by not taking that moment to try and just, okay, you don't want to take meds, so you're going to have to start being more aware, paying more attention to yourself, and understanding, is it you or is it something else? Is it someone or is it you? And then really trying to decipher what's what so I can deal with it, so I can cope without it. Like, and deal's probably not a good word. Let's say manage.
Manage,
is
yeah.
when you're trying to be on the brink of, when you got that shit under control. And I don't have it under control. I don't. Not many people do, man. And if they do, I envy them.
yeah. And for me, I mean, you got to look at. Well, for me, I'm not going to talk for anybody else, but I look at what I have and what I have to look forward to. And I spoke on this before. Every day I have something I look forward to. You know what I mean? Like it's like, even if it's something little, like tomorrow we're going to a friend's house for 4th of July. I'm looking forward to that. Right. So not saying I'm suicidal right now, but when I go to bed at night, I have something to look forward to. So if you don't have anything to look forward to, then it gets really easy to go down a dark road and say, you know what? I mean, I have nothing to look forward to. I don't have, I'm not going to do anything. I don't have anything planned. It's a lot easier that way. So I learned a long time. You got to have plans because you got to be going somewhere, and you can change. I'm not saying you can't change or change it up a little bit, but you have to have something.
Right.
You're never lost, Billy, Tommy. You're just in the wrong direction.
My my personal experience, like my wife, man, has helped me more than anybody in my dude. And it's crazy because she's been like, she doesn't, I don't know. I was married before, but I don't know. My wife, she's just on a different level, man. She knows, like, she just knows me, and it amazes me, and it's helped me to, like, figure out things and look at things to where, like, I would never have realized the things, and she knows, I'm always gonna have this, and she knows it's there, and but she always tries to do things and always gives me the support that I've never had, man. And it's like that's been the greatest thing, and obviously God, I agree, I'm a sinner, but I do crazy
We're all
shit,
sinners.
but I still truly believe in God, and I like and all that, it's like I like what you said, Grant, about getting away from yourself, because like I really felt like I've never looked at it like that. There's sometimes I want to like get away from myself and just
Yeah.
it, it's a weird thing, man.
And
I
you
don't
don't
know.
know how. You don't know how.
No, man.
So what I've started, I brought it up to my counselor. And I said that to her maybe a couple weeks ago. I said, look, I just trying to find a way to escape from myself, take a break from myself. And she says, do you have something you like to do just by yourself? That's a hobby, whether it be fish, draw, listen to music, set with the dog, cut the grass, chop some wood, something like that. Something that will make you focus entirely on the task, because if not, some shit bad's gonna happen, or like it's not gonna turn out right. So that, like, when you're escaping yourself and taking a break from yourself, you're taking your mind off of that and just redirecting your energy into the task, so that when you do finish that task, at least this is how I found it to be. Once I finish the task, or after I finish the show, because I'll tell you, be honest with you, man, I was doing it 3 days a week, and every morning my stomach get all weird. I'm all sweating. I'm having anxiety. I'm like, how the fuck do I deal with this? And it's not because I'm coming on to the show to do that. It's just trying to figure it out. I just need to break the fuck away. I have bad mornings.
Mhm.
And then I just go outside to the garage, and I'll sit there, hang out with the dog. I'll get my morning started, and I start doing things around the way to just say stuff that needs my full attention. And then I can kind of, once I'm done, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of cool now. I'm kind of cool now. And then it's a whole different mood. My wife still doesn't understand it yet. She still
Well,
hasn't gotten it.
to add to that, I heard this thing the other day, and it's talking about, well, you tell yourself I'm not motivated, and to do this or do that, and they're like, you don't have to be motivated, but
Mm-hmm.
once you start doing something, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there and mow the yard, but because I'm not motivated to, but once you get out there and start doing stuff, like your motivation comes during that act, and
Yeah.
you get it
Yeah.
done.
You're
you know?
motivated to finish at that point.
Especially if you
yeah.
don't like leaving
Yeah.
things undone.
Yeah.
Um. So let's go through the comments. So I always look forward to tomorrow. Then the next day it helps, not the cure. For sure, it ain't the cure. I agree. But it helps me. At the moment, like if I'm feeling a certain way, it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Billy says, "How do you trust your counselor? When I was younger, I was cool. Now being older, I'm scared they would put me away. If that makes sense."
How do you trust your counselor?
Yeah.
That's the question. Well, I mean, I feel like I have a perfect example. I've seen 14 counselors in the past 6 years, and it's because I've just been dropped because they're inconsistent. They don't stay. Maybe it's just my luck. They haven't stayed where they were, and I got tired of telling my story to
Mhm.
where it was like, I don't trust you because I don't trust the system. It's not I don't trust the person. I don't trust the system because so far the track record shows me once I get halfway through, I got to restart, and that's a trigger in itself. Telling the stories,
Yeah.
revisiting those
Yeah.
those events, whether they were
50 million
prior,
times,
during.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
And then they want to know
fudge.
why you're pissed. They're like, So what? You seem very stressed. Well, fuck yeah, dude. You're the 15th person I've had to tell this shit to. How long you gonna be here? You know what I
Bro,
mean?
like that, dude. That shit flies all over me, man. As soon as I start talking about stuff, dude, I'm just like sitting there going,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you just read my file.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
Yeah.
right.
shit,
I
They're like,
agree.
why are you here? Well, I'm pretty sure it says PTSD, depression, anxiety, adjustment disorder, back, knees, blah 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 blah, fucking whatever. Like, why do I got to reiterate it to you? You want me to punch you in your shit? Like,
To
that's how I
answers
feel.
Billy's question too is like, I don't trust. There's like
It's
about
hard.
this many people I trust.
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
So
coming
really,
around to you.
really trust. Like I don't trust any of these people, man. You just
yeah.
kind of gotta get some stuff off that you can get off your chest or whatever. But like, I don't trust people.
So I'll take a stab at the answer. So I've in my since I got out of the military, because I didn't have a therapist when I was before I joined.
Me
Didn't
either.
need one.
Yeah.
I probably needed one, but I didn't have one. So I've only had 4 counselors that I dealt with. The very first one is when I first had anxiety, and he got me as far as he could get me without doing the medication part. And then I got another one when I moved to Kentucky, back to Kentucky in 16. And just from there was some anxiousness and anxiety about the move and not knowing, it's kind of, we're starting over. Like I brought my whole family, we're starting over again. It's like,
Right.
oh my gosh, like, what do we do? So there's kind of some anxiety there. This one I have now, great guy, but he's a little bit like Silhouette. Like he's up front, he's blunt, he don't hold nothing back.
He's not
He
that you want to go to as a therapist.
he well no, I mean
every day, every day, every
no,
day.
yeah, no, and once in a while, I mean he's a kick in the ass kind of guy,
Yeah, you need
like
that. Everybody
yeah,
does.
like the only reason I met him or even went to him is because I wanted to do the acupuncture, and I told the VA I wanted to do acupuncture. They don't believe in it. So they're like, we're gonna get you with a counselor
They don't believe in it
because
because it
you
costs too
might
much.
you might be a little freaking nuts. But I mean, just talking to him and just being real and saying, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna say I don't need you because everybody could use somebody. So I'm gonna talk to you, but the only reason I'm talking to you is because I'm trying to get acupuncture to see
Right.
how that works.
You using them.
I'm using them. Yeah, I need the script, right? And
Yeah. Do what
but
you gotta do, man.
I mean, I've seen him 6 or 7 times, because I just keep going back because he's cool to talk to. I can lay stuff out, um, and he makes it. I mean, even on my walk with Jesus, I mean, he's kind of opening that up too because I brought it up, right? And I mean, he knows the Bible, so we talk about the Bible. We talk about other stuff. Like it doesn't. He just makes me feel calm about myself. So and kind of helps me find my own answers.
That's
So
cool.
that's what I like.
Yeah, so I guess the no medicine. Like if you don't want to take a prescription, maybe get yourself, regardless of you thinking you can trust them or not. Look, my wife told me you got to do something, and I told her, look, I just don't trust these damn people because I got to keep talking to them.
Yeah.
And she was just like, well, just give it one more shot. So I gave it one more shot, and I sat with this woman for the first appointment. And she was like, I want to try this. I want to try that. I'm like, look. You're not hooking me to no machine. I don't need no shit to cool down my nerves for me to talk to you. Just ask me some questions like you're supposed to, and then I'll answer them, and we'll go from there. You tell me
Yeah.
what the fuck I need to do. That's how I see therapy going. And for the first month, she was really trying to push her shit. And I was like, I'm going to give you one more chance. Um, you bring this shit up one more time, I'm walking. And she's like, okay, fine. And she was trying to figure out how she could communicate with me, but the way I communicate is through music. Like I feel through music. Like that's where my escape is mainly. So
Yeah.
music is always there.
So you say now you are in a band?
No
No,
shit.
I'm kidding.
So I mean, I listen to music for my no medicine, and I go to my
Yeah.
therapist. So it's like you got to have something if you're not going to take a prescription. You got to have some sort of a
Yeah.
natural
Mine.
expression or release in my
Hey,
opinion.
good or bad? Mine is songwriting, playing guitar, like just putting stuff down in words. It helps me. It soothes me. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it does. So It's kind of hit and miss, but it helps me.
Yeah, there's multiple things, man. I think something good is to just be active, man. Like,
Yeah.
because when you're doing something, a task, or whatever you like to do or don't, man, I just try new things, man. I think staying busy and being outside and food, getting your mind right, like all that affects everything you put in your body, everything you do, all that like helps your mental side of it too,
Yeah.
100%.
there's like a million things.
And I'm not saying I'm against medicine, and that's why I kind of went with the acupuncture, because it's it's all natural. They do stick the needles in you, but
Right.
man, I've never had it. So my wife went through a lot of shit this last year. Like today is a year anniversary with all of her medical stuff happening.
Mm.
So, and we kept on, we tried everything, just trying to find answers of what's going on with her. So she got the acupuncture. It kind of helped with her. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it, because I still get anxiety. I still have panic. So I was gonna try it. So, bro, I'm not even kidding. They put me in there. They put two needles in my legs, two needles in my thighs, two needles in my wrist, one at the top of my head and one in my lip.
Did they
And
light
I'm
it
just
on fire?
no, but they did have incense and some therapeutical music, I guess.
See, I love incense, man.
Yeah. So I was laying there, and she's like, "Just close your eyes. I'll be back in about 20 minutes." Bro, I passed out. I didn't even
That's
know
what
I
you're
was
supposed
sleep.
to do.
I didn't even know I was sleeping,
Damn right.
because like my eyes were closed, and it felt like I was still awake. But it started like, it's so weird, man. I'm gonna sound
It's a
crazy,
out
but
of
there was
body
like
experience, my
it
guy.
was like a green ball, okay, and it kind of morphed with the music, and it turned to yellow, and it was wavy and all this stuff, and I'm like, man, that's kind of trippy. I've never seen that before. So it literally lasted for me like 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. But when she came in, I kind of woke up and I felt like I've been sleeping, and I was like, man, that's pretty trippy, and I told her that what I saw, like the green ball and morphing into the yellow waves and all this stuff, and she's like, yeah, that's kind of your brain resetting. Tripped me out, bud.
Hmm.
But when she took the needles out, and she put like 5 little needles in my ears,
Yeah.
as soon as she put them in my ears, like it felt like this weight was lifted off my chest. I'm not even kidding you. I'm like, how fast is this supposed to work? And my wife said, yeah, you were asleep for sure. I didn't even know. Like her and my daughter came in the room. Had no clue.
Damn.
But anyway, it felt like a weight had been lifted off my chest. I'm like, how quick does this work? She's like, it's pretty instant. I'm like, this is trippy. And I haven't felt the weight. You know what I'm saying? I took them out about a month ago. I haven't felt the weight since. So I don't know if it
Bro,
works.
that shit stays in there.
Yeah, because it goes into your nerves.
Woo! Fuck all that.
It's no. Yeah, the
I'm
needle
not a
stain.
fan.
The
Yeah, I'm not a
no.
fan.
You don't feel them.
No. I'm not a fan.
No. You don't
What?
feel them.
No.
You keep the needles in
Yeah,
your ear?
the
Fuck all
needles.
that. Is that what
listen.
them like vampire glistening ass people look like? When I'm sitting there in a line and I see a light shimmering off metal pieces in people's ears, they're not Men in Black robots. They're that shit is in their ears.
Listen, the
The
needles are
only
about that big.
acupuncture I would get is tattoos. 'Cause I love those. Those are
Yeah,
good.
me too. I need
Yeah.
to get another one.
I'm telling you, you don't even feel the needles. My wife can contest. To contest.
Look,
Is it
Look,
contest?
women can deal with a lot of pain, man. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
what she
look.
says.
Look,
I just don't want needles in my ears.
7 weeks, tiny needles. You don't even feel them. Whatever, guys. It ain't for you.
What?
It's for
It's
me.
not- it's
It's
for
for me.
Brian.
That's
Uh,
for
Right.
Brian.
because
like a
I feel
pincushion.
great.
You better feel great. You get
You-
poked and prodded on like a
You
damn
don't even
science
see it.
experiment.
Look, she's speaking truth right now.
That's what she said.
I mean,
you
that-
don't even see it.
I believe you guys, but
I believe you, Brian. It works for you.
What if
I'm
it-
not saying.
yeah.
Like I hit it a couple times. Like I mean, I knew they were in there if I laid on it wrong. Like, oh,
See?
there it is.
Yeah.
I can't have that, bro.
But listen, they go into your nerves. They kind of change your nervous system.
So it's gonna get on my nerves even more.
No, you don't even notice them
Look,
You
unless
don't-
you lay wrong.
unless you lay wrong, and then you got to learn how to lay right. You know what I mean?
I may lay different than you because I got facial hair.
I think my camera just died. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I would
Give me a second. I'll be right
my
back.
my sleeping, I'd have needles all in my brain and shit. You know, I sleep so crazy. You sleep, wake up, all
I
that
had
crap.
dry needling done before on my neck for like tried to help with migraines and stuff. And that shit's just painful. This chick just putting needles into the nerves, the knotty nerves on my back, and it's just
Oh, yeah, I don't know. You know that's really, dude. I like getting tattoos, man. There's something
yeah, me
about getting a
too.
tattoo, and that there's a you get to a level, man. I fell asleep multiple times getting a tattoo, man. It's just like one of those things, dude. I don't know.
I held like a little meeting while I was getting a tattoo. While I was texting through a meeting on my phone, and they said they asked if I could go. And I said no, I can't. I'm in the chair. Excuse me. I said yeah, I'm getting a tattoo. They're like, and you're having a conversation this entire time. Well, yeah. Why not?
I had to switch cameras.
I
My
love
battery died.
I love tattoos though, man.
Yeah, me too,
I'm
man.
due for another one. I try to get 2 a year. I'm working on my sleeves. I've got my bottom right arm sleeve, my half sleeve down there, and then I have partially my left arm top sleeve.
That's how I am. I'm here, but I got to get under here. But then you know, you want to start here, and then no, wait, I'll go over here. Like,
Yeah, you just want to mix it up, and then you're like,
Yeah.
damn, I really just need to finish an arm
I know,
or
right?
a leg or something.
See, I'm against tattoos. I don't believe in them.
Yeah,
It
really?
works for no. I'm tatted up. So I got
Yeah, if he
I
said I
got
was
stuff
tatted up and
everywhere.
showed me like a Chinese symbol, I'd be so upset.
Yeah.
I got the whole tribal thing going on there too.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the needle that they put in my upper lip was for my back, and as soon as they put it in, I didn't feel my back no more.
And you had to live with that in there.
No, it was only for however long I was sleeping. The needle in my
Oh.
lip.
So here, let me.
It was
just-
like
let me
dry
just-
needling is what it's called, or dry.
That's what I
whatever.
had done on my. I was
Yeah.
just talking to him about that while you was gone.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's they did that's where the needles in my wrist and the top of my head and everything. They took those out before I left.
Good.
But yeah, the little ones went in my ear
It stayed there for good.
Yeah.
So you
for
decided
4
to
weeks.
take 'em out.
No, 4 weeks.
Well, yeah,
No,
so you
thanks.
decided to take them out. They lived there. You were like a host to these damn needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Is there
I
anything
was-
on them? Is it they're just? Do they
No,
put
that
like
she just
something?
she just
medicine or
puts
something on
them.
'em?
No, she puts them in because all your nerves are going through your ears. That's kind of like your motherboard for your brain. So that's where I didn't know this. She told me this.
He wasn't able to travel on a plane for 4 weeks.
Bro, serious though. I went to the chiropractor and they had to do an X-ray on my back, and I'm standing there and they're like, "Do you have any earrings?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't got no earrings. I'm 41 years old. Why would I have earrings, right?"
Mhm.
And I was sitting there and they're taking X-rays. I'm like, "Oh shit, I got needles in my ears right now." And she's like,
Right.
"What?" And then I had to tell her the story, and she's like,
Oh.
"Yeah, they're not gonna hurt you." And I'm like, "Okay."
It's
They be
so
making it
weird.
sound like don't wear metal because it will rip right off your body. Like, oh,
Yeah. And we had to take them out ourselves. It was kind of
just-
weird. I've never been through it, but you know what?
Yeah.
It helped
I
me.
don't-
So,
Just don't walk me through it. I'm not a needle guy.
well, I don't see it. You don't see them. You don't even feel them when they put them in. That's the weird
what
part.
she said.
I know.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Grant.
yeah.
Brian's like, heard that many of times.
No.
That was my superlative. That was my senior quote.
Hey,
my
Doc.
tattoo.
Hey, look on TikTok. Doc Knox. It's a release of energy. Nothing is injected.
Well, it depends on what kind
I
of.
mean, I had
energy
the
we're
needles in
talking
my
about
ear.
releasing.
Yeah.
They injected the needles in my ear for sure because I had to pull them out.
Oh shit!
Let me look at the. Billy had something right here. I have severe degenerative disc disease. Does the needles work? Okay, so I probably should have said this before. I'm not a doctor, and it might not work for everybody. So I don't know. I know it worked for me, but I don't. You said, am I saying that word right?
Degenerative.
Degenerative
Yeah.
disc
What does that
disorder.
mean? They dissolve, right? Or they're
Yeah, they're just
They
slowly,
get worse. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't
Fucking
know.
Degenerates.
Yeah.
My-
I'm just kidding. My bad, dude.
Hey, Grant, my dad said only a pinch,
Just a pinch.
just a pinch.
That's all it takes to get a hold of it.
That's it. That's the pinch. He should know. He gave it to me.
It's a cute little schmeckle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, don't pull that needle.
Yeah, that's the wrong.
that one hurts a lot more. It's,
Yeah.
it's attached. It's like,
So yeah, I mean that's some of the stuff that we've been through to try to help us cope, right? Help us
Yeah.
manage on
and
the
it's still,
thing.
like you said, an everyday struggle, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Some
is every
days are a lot better than others, and some days are just okay, and some days are shit. Just
and sometimes you go. I mean, you wake up and you kind of forget about it, right? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, you're in such a good place, right?
Those are the
For
great
3 or
days,
4
man.
days, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, and then something happens, and you're like, shit, this stuff
Like-
is still in me. Like,
Damn, I want to feel
I
like
can't.
that normal person again.
Yeah, I can't break it, man, and I don't think I ever will, and I don't think we ever will, but I think we'll hopefully. Hopefully, I mean, life is very short and it comes fast. Like I'm learning that now. I know. Was that from Ferris Bueller? So, anyways, what was I even saying? Life goes fast.
Yeah, it sure
So
does.
eventually,
Super fast.
eventually, you'll
Goes-
you won't be hurting anymore. So
Yeah.
you got to live within. You got to live your dash, man. The Medal of Honor recipient Dakota Meyer. He started a whole like thing about living your dash. So you have a birth date and you have a death date,
hmm
and he says live your dash. So I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it, and trying to make the best out of your life. I'm watching the replay on TikTok. Are you laughing at me?
That's because that shit's lagging.
I know, real bad. Yeah, that was like 10 seconds ago. But yeah, I mean, we've been on about an hour. Do y'all have any closing? Anything else?
I mean, I don't know if it's. Go ahead. You can go ahead. I'm still kind of.
I mean, I don't think there's one simple answer, man.
No, there's not.
It's just like getting on here and talking, talking to, I don't know, people that understand, like we kind of talked about it first, man. I think that's something good because every little thing, man, we realize, I think, helps us in certain ways, or something somebody says, and there's a lot of things, man.
I think we. I don't mean to cut you off. I think.
No,
just
no,
to
you're
this in
fine,
there,
yeah.
I think we give a fuck too much. We give too many fucks, and that's why we struggle because we have
Mhm.
to not give a fuck for so many things. We got to learn to let go.
Not try to fix everything, man. That I'm super horrible about that. It's like if there's an issue, and I've had to learn that with my wife. Is like
100%. I'm right there.
she tells me things, and I'm like, I can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna fix this. No, that's not like. She's like, I had to learn. And she's like, just because I tell you something, that doesn't mean I need you to jump right in and fix it. Like,
Yeah, I just learned that lesson the other yesterday actually.
Yeah,
Went
but
and
they
got
need to also tell us when we don't need to be fixing something. And I had that open conversation with my wife. Like, look,
Hey,
if you don't want me to fix something, let me know. You just want to talk.
Sarah,
Because
you still on?
I'll break the tools out. I'll tell you right now. We'll
Listen,
get to work. I'll be
I went-
Mr. Fix It, Stanley Fix It, whatever the hell his name is. from
I
Wreck-It
went and got
Ralph.
breakfast for my wife yesterday, and something
should
was
be.
wrong with it. The eggs were wrong or something,
Mm.
so she didn't eat. So I felt bad. I got a little pissed. So I went in there and I made her an egg, and then
Oh.
she didn't eat it. And then she got mad at me because she said she didn't want the egg, and she didn't eat the egg. But then I got mad because she didn't eat the egg because I made it. Now it was a big circle, man. But I was just trying to fix it. I was trying to
What-
fix the situation.
I would have ate the shit. And be like, look, you ain't gonna eat it down. Fine. I'm gonna eat
I didn't want the egg. I was full. I had my breakfast, but
And I don't even want the egg. I made you the egg, man. I don't even want it.
Yeah. I hope she's still on.
It's
She's probably not.
Like, I have to agree with you. There's not an answer. There's not a fix all, a Mr.
No.
Fix It answer. There's a lot of ways that you can manage it, and it's just about which way works best for you, and how do
Easy.
you find that? You know what I mean? It's it takes work on your behalf, as the individual struggling to understand. First of all, yeah, I'm really going down a wrong way right now, and then, but what different ways can I do it if I don't want to take prescription meds? Um, are there people I can just chill and talk with? Is there just something I can do? Is there a hobby I used to do that I no longer do? I mean, there's no right answer, but there's
Nah,
a lot of there are wrong answers though.
yeah. Don't give up though, man. Just
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
that's the last thing I'm
move
gonna
move
do.
forward,
Just
man.
keep trying.
Yeah, just keep like yeah. That's the only thing I can say is like, cause I've wanted to give up, dude.
Yo,
And, like
even if you
you
make
get
your bed in the morning, just make your bed in
yeah.
the morning.
Have you read that book?
Subtle art of not giving a fuck.
No, the Make Your Bed.
No,
It's
I've
by a
read.
general or something. It was a graduation speech he made into a book. It's great.
Oh,
Great book.
okay. No, I haven't read that.
Um,
Maybe I will.
but it is kind of same premise. Like, you know, make your bed first. Like he said, he wake up every morning. He made his bed. Like he did it every morning. And when he got up, you know, a day and he didn't make his bed, it threw his whole day off. He said, so I wake up every morning. I make my bed because I know I'm starting the day off right.
Yeah.
Man,
So-
fuck your bed.
You know,
That
they
is
say
very-
you have a less chance of getting bed bugs if you don't make your bed. Have you heard that before?
I have not. No.
I've heard it. I've read it. The whole Yale people, whatever they want to call themselves. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make my bed every damn day. You're out of your mind.
I don't make my bed every day, man.
Hey.
Like sometimes I do.
To each their own. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
want to say, you know what? Am I in a fucking mood yet? Do I want to go back and crawl in there?
Yeah, I might want to get back in there.
It
Yeah.
might take 6-7 hours to figure out if you want to call it a day or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but I think the good takeaway is, you know, don't give up. There's always something. There's always something there to try. You didn't read
Mhm.
much of that book, Make My Bed.
Yo, and
I said
laughter-
he.
I'm gonna tell you straight now, laughter and music, in my opinion, will always be something. Everybody loves music to an extent, and everybody likes to laugh. And if you can do one or the other, if not the both at the same time, go for it.
hmm
And I tell you what, Billy, I know you commented that when you take the pictures, you know, other people are smiling because you're always behind the camera. Sometimes you get on the other side of the camera, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe force a smile to make you smile.
Tell me you ain't smiling while you're making these people happy, though.
You got to
Mhm.
be. You got to be.
Think about that one. You're not just doing it because you feel obligated, because an obligation is doing something you really don't want to do.
Yep.
And,
Helping people, man, being selfless is a
That'll
huge thing too.
Fills your cup.
make you
fills
feel
your cup.
good.
Just having a good heart, man, doing it for no reason, man. Just telling somebody, I mean, something to try, man. I mean, just whoever you see, you know, tell them they look nice, just a stranger, man, and get their reaction, dude. People, it'll trip you out, and people will be like, "Whoa, well, thank you,"
I
you
like
know,
talking
or
about
just
people's shoes all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I play Call of Duty, man, everybody gets mad when they do death comms and stuff, and I'm always like, "Oh, your mom makes great cookies," or you know, your dad's
P.O.
feet smell really good.
My PO box was empty. Can you ask your mom for another package of cookies, please?
My pop says laugh every day, cry every day, smile every day, full day.
Yeah, you have to be able to feel and express outwardly each emotion, not just some of them, for the sake of other folks. Don't be doing shit for other people. Do shit for yourself. And if other people ain't down with it, then those aren't your people.
That's right.
hmm
Get your circle right, man.
Appreciate you,
Yeah.
pops.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping on. Grant, you know, second time. I felt like there was a lot we didn't cover, so I wanted
It's all good.
I wanted to cover more, and I'm gonna bring you on throughout the season. I guess we're calling it seasons now. Whenever I want to take a break, I guess.
I'm just gonna have to let you know. Come the end of August, Sunday evenings are gonna be off. We got a lot
What-
of primetime games this year, so
Y'all suck, so it doesn't matter. Hey, we can live stream a Green Bay game.
I'll be in Lambeau week 2.
That's all right. Get on your phone, bud.
I'll be going live from section 431.
Hey, you think we won't get those views up if we put everybody on a live stream at that game?
That'd be kind of dope.
That would be kind of dope. Let's make something happen. Billy, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody on here. If you haven't yet, follow the Bearded Vet, TikTok, Instagram.
Appreciate you.
Sillaway, he plays Call of Duty and he says really nice things to you when you cap him.
Yes.
So
He's a super kind guy.
a super
So-
kind guy, very blunt.
Has tremendous manners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
really
upstanding citizen.
really loves your mom's cookies. Hey, so next episode we're gonna have Billy the Kid, Billy Robertson, local photographer. He does some amazing shoots. He works with amazing people. So we're gonna talk about it next week. So tune in next week. Again, thank you all. Love y'all.
Take it easy.
All right. See you.